Hey everybody, it's Mike D, and today we are talking about Sharon Tate, a real icon of the 60s. This is a fantastic coffee table book called Recollection by her sister, Deborah Tate. And it's incredible photos and stories of her life. So basically, she started out in the early 60s on a television show and the Beverly Hillbillies. And basically, they put a black wig on her and gave her some acting experience in front of the camera. But it was quickly decided that she was so beautiful that her destiny was on the film screen, not television. So they groomed her for a couple of years. And by the way, I want to talk about her life, not her death in the Manson family murder. It's a celebration of her life. And finally, after a couple of years of training and acting classes and things like that, she went to France and made this creepy, scary, occult movie, the whole castle in the vineyard type of film called Eye of the Devil. And it's with David Niven. It's just very dark, and there's lots of shadows in the hallways, and it's gothic, and it's in black and white, and it's a great movie. She plays kind of a witchy character, so I definitely recommend seeing Eye of the Devil, and that really launched her as a film star. And she had an exciting life. She was a real 60s gal, an icon. She was in magazine covers everywhere and just one of the hot celebrities all over the world. And she did go to Malibu, California, and make a beach movie with Tony Curtis called Don't Make Waves. And she there was a bit of tragedy on that film. There was a stuntman that died in the film, and then around the same time, she jumped out of a plane in a parachute, and she almost got caught in the parachute as well. So, there's a lot of very high risk stunts that are done in movies and film. And luckily, she did survive that without injury. So that was kind of a light comedy. She wanted to show she could have range and do the scary types of film, but like comedy, it was a smart move to show how well rounded she was. And around this time, she was dating a hairstylist named Jay Sebring, a very famous hairstylist. But she made a movie with Roman Polanski and fell in love with him. Another like a vampire type of movie, and the rest is history. I mean, she fell in love with him. They got married, and once again, a very exciting, fast-paced life. And then her big film, I guess the most iconic one, is Valley of the Dolls. There's a lot I can say about that movie. I've seen it like many times. it She had this part of a kind of a sex icon in the movie, and all of these actresses rise to the top, and they find at the top is kind of like a valley of unhappiness and drug addiction, rather than the excitement and joy that they thought would be there. So that's basically the idea of the film. And it's an iconic movie with all the hairstyles and fashions, and it was a popular film. It became like a campy classic later on. It just ended up with an afterlife. Um, and there were a lot of iconic people in that movie, like Patty Duke, Susan Hayward, etc. So that was her probably most famous role, I would say. And then she did a Dean Martin, like a spy comedy film. I mean, each one of her 7 or so films is completely unique and different. So now all of a sudden she's wearing these crazy striped costumes in a spy movie and kind of making fun of the genre with Dean Martin. And that's another late 60s kind of a camp classic as well, if you can find these things. And anything with Sharon Tate is collectible, of course. By the way, I believe she was the model for the Barbie doll, for the Malibu Barbie. That's my understanding on that. And then she becomes pregnant, but she wants to make one more quick film in Europe. She has this chance, even though she's like 2 or 3 months pregnant, to go make this film. It's called 13 Shares. It's an adventure, and she kind of covers herself up, and they're able to pull it off and film it just in time so that she doesn't show. But Orson Welles is in it. I've never seen it. I would love to see 13 Shares. If you can find that one, that's maybe one of the more obscure ones, but I'm sure it's out there. It would be really cool to see her final performance. And then she came back to Hollywood. Her family last saw her in the moon landing in July of '69. And then, unfortunately, the Manson murders occurred a couple weeks later, and that was her passing at that time. But she, like I said, we're here to celebrate her film work and her life. By all accounts, she was a very kind-hearted, loving, nice person, and I'm sure would have gone to great heights and much more film work and modeling and stardom and etc. So that's my tribute to Sharon Tate, and just please keep checking me out on Patreon, like, subscribe, and my website is down Pepper Tree Lane. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.